Here's Rock and Roll Racing again, episode 8. Thanks for watching again. I wasn't ready to get over, wasn't ready to be done playing this game, so let's get back into it. See if I can get out of Division B this time. I don't know if I'm going to put the entirety of Division B in here, in this video, but if I manage to get a majority of first places, then I should be able to make it. And here's something I'm not sure about with this game: the amount of points that it requires to go to the next division. I don't know if that changes with the difficulty level. That's something I would have to look into. But if any of you know the answer to that, let me know, and I'll be sure and mention it in the video. It looked like I ran him into the wall, but when he says lights him up, that means he got shot. And I did actually shoot a missile at him. I'm trying to master hitting that boost and dodging the water at the same time, but not doing too much of it. Not doing such a good job at that. Tarquin hits the warp. Yes, that's right. Is that warp like Battletoads warp? Where if you run through the first level really fast, you make it to a teleporter that skips you to some other level that's extremely hard, just like every level in Battletoads. But back then, to make a game have good replay value, one of the things they did was made the game increasingly difficult, so it took you forever to beat it, and yet they made the gameplay fun enough that you wanted to come back and continue playing the game and progressing further. And also with games like Battletoads, they had to make it short enough that you could beat it in one sitting. Unless you took the warps, you could make it go faster. Shut up. Shut up. Shred is in third. So Ragework came in fourth place that time. Alright, I think I have enough to buy an engine now. I do. And I want. That's W-A-N-T. Not won't. I may have a southern accent, I'm not sure. Hold on there a second. Sorry about that, I'm back now. Somebody came to the door that I wasn't expecting. So, back to the game. And of course, not holding the accelerator. Oh, I just shot my last missile. Wow, need to get reoriented. Oh, it's this track. Man, wow. I wasn't even gone to the door that long. Man, I need to quit wasting my nitro, or not wasting, but yeah. I didn't use one of my nitros in that last race. Obviously, I'm used to not having many power-ups playing this game. Wow. I just hit 3 mines and I'm still good. Now I just need a medical kit, a stem pack. Am I still in first? I am. That's right. Oh man, well that's one way to get my life back. I think it's funny that I jumped over the finish line, so I got recharged. But you don't get double recharges for going over the finish line twice. This game is smarter than that. Did somebody go? Oh, okay. Man. Well, at least I came in what, second? So anybody, if you have any suggestions for future games you want to see me play, I only have a couple of planned games, other than the series that I'm revisiting, the ones on my channel that I haven't done commentary on, that I didn't complete. I'm going to be revisiting all of those, and as of yet, undetermined order. I look lost out there? I did power up, and I'm going to take him out as soon as I get in front of him. But the systems that I play or can play currently with my setup, Super Nintendo, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy, which really the Game Boy Advance and the Super Nintendo are my favorite systems anyway, so I plan on the majority of my games being on those systems. But once I get the ability or the setup to do other games, which will probably be when I get the full version of Cam Studio, or Camtasia, I don't know what this program's called. The two they have very similar names, and I'm sure that's not a coincidence. How did I, whatever. Kind of games I like playing are RPGs, and racing games and puzzle games are some of my favorite kind of games, but I like adventure games, action games, shooters, all kinds of stuff. I'm just not as good at those kind of games. Not to say I'm great at any kind of game, but I enjoy playing them, and doing the Let's Plays of them is giving me that extra incentive and that participation to finish the game. The motivation that normally you have when you play two-player games isn't always there when you're playing by yourself in some of these older games. But the whole interactive nature of YouTube is one of the reasons I started doing LPs again, because I realized that there is a large gaming community out there, and though I've moved around a lot, I don't have a lot of gaming friends that live near me. Most of my gaming friends, like my brother and one of my sisters, the other one's not really a big fan of games, they live in South Carolina, and I live in Georgia, so I don't get to visit them as often as I'd like. But my brother, who's only just under 2 years younger than me, he's 22 months younger than me, he's a big fan of classic gaming, like I am Super Nintendo. We grew up together playing the Super Nintendo. But he became a much bigger fan of computer gaming than I ever was. I played classic computer games like Warcraft, and I played a little bit of StarCraft. Not to say I'm good at either one of the games, but I enjoyed them. Games I was more a fan of were hack and slash games like Diablo and Dungeon Siege and things like that. He plays a lot of games like Heroes of Might and Magic and Age of Empires, Age of Mythologies, things like that. Strategy computer games and such. And my sister, who is about she is a twin. They're both 7 years younger than me, and the one that likes playing games is a fan of old N64 games. She likes Secret of Mana's music. I don't know if she likes the game. I've probably mentioned that in future past videos. But she really enjoyed racing games on the N64, and I think they still have the N64 and about, I don't know, 10 or 12 games. I bought a lot of games at GameStop back when it was called something else. I don't remember what it was called before that. But we got a lot of games from there, and I have probably about 40-45 Super Nintendo games in my collection, and I have a lot of Game Boy and Nintendo Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games, but I left them over at one of my friend's houses one time, and they got put in her attic, and she moved away, and I had no way of really getting in touch with her or her family, and so those games are just kind of lost in the ether. They're probably still in her attic if she hasn't sold them. She was a huge gamer too. She played a lot of games on the Game Boy Advance, like Pokemon and stuff like that. But I still have the manuals and boxes for a lot of those games, and most of my Super Nintendo games are still in South Carolina, but if I ever get a chance, I'll make a video where I'll show you a couple of show you some of my cartridges and some of the boxes and instruction manuals I still have, because that kind of stuff's pretty cool to me. Alright, I have 1,800 points, and I have severely less races to go than I did last time. So maybe I can make it to the next division in this video. It'll probably be a longer than normal video, but I'm sure y'all won't mind. You can always pause the video and come back to it later if you have something else to do. Yeah, the prequel to this game, RPM Racing, is an awesome game. I think it used a different graphics engine than this one did, and actually had it had clearer graphics than this. This game has it all not clearer, but more. What did I do? More defined graphics, I guess, but it had a more simplistic detail. How do I explain that? The graphics were sharper but less detailed. In this game, the graphics are more detailed and less sharp. So it's almost like RPM Racing had an HD kind of filter on it, whereas this game is not HD by any means. This looks more cartoony. But I will definitely be playing that game in the future. It is not my next racing LP, but it is in the pipeline. And I don't know why, but I have this kind of feeling of I'm not going to, or don't think I should reveal my next LP until I'm done with one of the LPs. Leave a little bit of a surprise for the future of gaming. But if any of you have any requests, I will see about putting them in the list. But I won't necessarily know where in that list it'll come, because I think I'll choose the game I'm playing next at the end of the game that I finish. It'll probably be the same genre of games. Like when I finish Rock and Roll Racing, I'll probably play another racing game. Or when I finish Mario Brothers 2, I'll probably play another platformer or some kind of an action game. Turtles in Time, I consider that a beat 'em up, a brawler, a fighting game, whatever you want to call it. So I could play anything from Turtles in Time, Street Fighter, Final Fight, anything like that. I consider all of those fighting games. They're different kinds of fighting games. And Breath of Fire obviously is an RPG, but I consider, or I don't consider, but on the same list as my RPGs, I also have adventure games and cross-genre adventure RPG games. So things like Final Fantasy, Chrono Trigger, Secret of Evermore, which are more standard console-style RPGs, and also games like Might and Magic, Eye of the Beholder, the first-person PC type RPGs, and things like that are more adventure-based, like The Legend of Zelda and Secret of Mana, things like that. Well, I guess Secret of Evermore is a bit more of an adventure RPG, like Secret of Mana, than a console-style RPG. But I like all those kind of games. The only other genres that I really have not played much are things like shooters. I play puzzle games. I have one completed puzzle LP on this system, but this channel, but I haven't done it with commentary. That game was way too hard to play and do with commentary at the same time. It was a game called Pieces that I don't think many people have ever heard of, and it was a really good game. It was like a two-player jigsaw puzzle style game. Alright, I think I have enough races remaining to get enough points to go to Division A. But I do like playing games like Diablo 2, I've mentioned that, and if I ever get the setup for playing full-screen games on my computer, then I'd love to add those to my list of games to play through. I already did a test of Diablo 1 on this Windows 7 computer in full screen mode, and it did not turn out right. It didn't even show colors. It was like a Technicolor black mess with just the screen full of stuff you couldn't distinguish, only up in the top corner of the screen. So I don't know how to get over that. I might need to just play different games, more recent games. I might be able to play games like Dungeon Siege. I haven't tried yet. And I do play games like Minecraft, but I really am probably going to wait to play Minecraft until after the adventure update comes along. Yes, Shred. Stay in that another time zone. Did I come in first in that race? I wasn't paying attention. Alright. You do not get another vehicle on the next planet. So I might put a couple more upgrades on this vehicle. What do I want? Let's get a shock upgrade. See what kind of effect that has on the handling. And let's get another scatter pack and round it out so I have 2 of everything. And let's see if I can get second or first in this race and then jump on over to Division A. Your face drops. Alright, get off my tail. My finger's slipping off the controller. Hopefully I can recover from that. Okay, good. That didn't count towards my missiles for this round. Huh. They must not upgrade their armor in this game. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know what all the computers upgrade in this game. I think it would be interesting to know what the other players' upgrades are. I was not expecting that. But it would be cool to know what the other players' upgrades were. I believe games like Ivan Stewart's Off-Road did show your opponent upgrades, the things that they did. Whoa! Screensaver. I need to turn that off. I'm not used to playing games for this long on this computer. So, what place am I in? I'm in 3rd place. I was not paying attention, and the screen messed me up. Alright. So, 3rd place, does that mean I need to do one more race? I can't remember how many points you get. And of course I skipped it. Alright, I need 100 more points, but I have enough races, so unless I come in 4th too many more times, I should be good.
Let the carnage begin!
Alright. If you insist. What? I shot that into the air. Not cool. Does he say lights him up even when you don't blow the character up? I didn't know that. I thought he only said it when you destroyed somebody. Get out of here. Why does he seem to be going faster than me? I don't approve. What? Get away from me. That's right. I did light him up. Okay. Stuff to talk about. I don't know. Blue tank. I am dominating the race. So yeah, I do like these top-down games. There are a couple of over-the-shoulder racing games, but I didn't really get into those until I think Need for Speed Carbon or Most Wanted. I can't remember which one it is. It's the one where you can choose the level of intensity for your effects on your car, like how high the spoiler goes and how deep or high a roof cutout goes and how far down the ground effects go on your car. I don't remember. It has a lot of rap and techno in it. Racing on mountains, gang territories and things like that. I don't know which one that is. I think it's Carbon. Alright, so I came in first. So, that means I can move over to Division A, and I have a ton of money. So, tune in for the next episode to see if I spend that money on anything or if I forget entirely. Thanks for watching.